Well, like I said to Mr. Robinson just now, the project management is comes from the fact is we call every work order a project. That's what you're really doing. You're doing a project. So you want to know, hey, when, how, to whom you're going to send that project. That's a level of management. You can call it supervision, but it's management. You also want to know when that person's arrived on the job site. That's the project management side. And you're seeing that through a main portal that your supervisor or dispatcher sees. So that's the project management part of the system. The job site visibility comes in the term of feedback from the field. Okay. When you're getting information from the field, you are quote unquote getting visibility from the job site. When a person in the job site needs some help from your technical people, you are able to have them see what's happening on the job site remotely and assist that person in the field. Now just imagine, your technical person doesn't necessarily have to be with the expert that's helping them. The expert can be at another job, and your technical person that's doing the work could be at another job site. And both of them could be communicating to resolve a problem at job site A. That means you've got revenue streams, to answer your questions, coming in from two locations. Instead of having two people on one job site, you've got two people at separate job sites with two different revenue streams. So imagine then the umbrella of the project manager managing two technical people in the field, but one technical person is calling on the other technical person for assistance, and it's all being done electronically. And you in the office don't even have to be cognizant of that effort. All you know is that you are actually now putting people in the field that are actually can communicate with each other and be able to meet one objective, which is to get the job done correctly, to leave that job site, and hopefully never to return. Because we want you not to have to return to that job site to fix anything. Even though you might be happy with reporting back to that job site, it is not a good impact on your revenue stream when you have to send somebody out to fix what should have been fixed in the first place. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. Okay, so say we're another question for you. If we're a new business, we're looking to, let's say, implement TaskCaddy, and is there like special hardware that we have to buy? I mean, you know, what kind of cost factor will we be looking at? I mean,
a good question. A good question. Yes, the hardware is needed. You're going to need mobile smartphones. That's something that you can go to Verizon or any of your service providers and get that hardware. We're not in the hardware side of the mobile smartphones because we believe that you can use ordinary consumer products to do that. If you're going to require any kind of specialized kind of units in the vehicle for the supervisors, we recommend that you get something like this, which is a tablet PC, which actually could be used to support the supervisors, and they will actually be able to deploy projects from the field with this tablet PC. And the main hardware is to have your hosts. Where is the application going to reside? Is it going to reside in your office, or is it going to reside at our facilities in Texas? That's where you've got to make the decision. So the hardware investment is not significant. The software investment is one whereby we recognize that many companies cannot afford to outlay a huge sum of money for software. So we've developed something called a utility model, where you pay a rental fee per month, just like you pay for your cellular phone, and we actually have you gain access to your software on a monthly basis. It helps in your cash flow, and it also gives you the ability to actually manage how many people you want per month using the system.
Right.
So it's something that actually gives you as a person that ability to jump on board with minimum monetary outlay and be able to get a system like this. But I must add that if you want to, and you don't want to make this monthly payment to us, and you wish to purchase the software outright, we have a leasing company whereby you can contract that with that leasing company, and that leasing company will actually finance the whole thing, and you make monthly payments to them, and you will have the software
very
to you.
nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We have time for two more questions.
So the last question I have is, from a management standpoint, can I manage multiple projects, or is this like you know, an exclusive like per project type of software? Or
Multiple projects. It's how many projects you've got, how many people you've got out in the field. You'll manage that.
For a company of 1,000 field technicians working on 40 different projects, it's
Yes, you can do that concurrently,
Wow.
but we need to come up with the way where the bandwidth and the throughput and stuff like that is carefully defined.
Right.
Because I will be forced to tell you that 1,000 technicians coming in to one portal at the same time is tricky business, and we've got to develop a way where we've got interruptions and delays along the way before the data coming from the technicians hit the database. And there's technology that's available that we can put in play that actually makes that happen. So no one is visibly aware that there's a delay, but the system has got to know that there's so many people coming in, and the system's got to manage that.
Right.
So there's the management from your side, but then there's the management from the communication side. That's our responsibility, and we will work with you to make that number of people be able to interact with the software. Last question.
You said that your software is configurable. Is it in terms of setting up the database at you know, when we first get started with the software, or is it something that we could do on a daily basis? How does that?
Well, both. Configurable in that you can tell the system how often do you want the communications to happen from the field to the personnel. Is it 5 minutes? How often is the handshake going to happen? You can actually configure the actual number of persons that's going to have a PDA. You can actually configure the standards that you want to put into the system. Those are the configurable things that you will put. Now, to answer your question in terms of daily basis, you must ask yourself, even though you could change those things on a daily basis and you could change your standards on a daily basis, do you really want to change your standards on a daily basis? So we give you the ability to make those changes, but we say before you go in and haphazardly just change things on a daily basis, think it through. Because at the end of the month, you really want to be dealing with apples and apples. You don't want to have a mix of apples and oranges when you're doing your measurement of your work. So yes, changeable. Yes, you can change it by day. You can change many of the standards by day. You can change many parts of the system daily. But you would want to really reserve before you make those changes and really be done in a systematic way, i.e. think about it, discuss the change you're going to make, and then set a deadline as to when this cutoff is going to happen. Because just like you're on your way to work this morning and you wouldn't like the traffic control people to say, today it's 45 miles on this street, and then tomorrow they make it 30, and then next week they make it 25. You would be confused. Likewise with the system, let's keep it in some level of understanding that you should think before you make that change, and it should be systematic as to the way you make that change. I thank you, gentlemen, for sitting in on this session, and hope to see you soon.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much.